What excites me about fire is that it's an ever-changing thing. It's not always the same. So there's a fire, but there's the density of the wood is different, and there's the humidity of the environment is different. So the wind is different. So cooking with fire will always be a challenge. It will be very different. Even if you cook the same meal 2,000 times, the process of cooking that meal, those 2,000 times, it will be different because the atmosphere will be different, everything will be different. So that's one thing that excites me a lot about cooking with fire, is that it's basically every time you fire that thing, it's a new story. So it's a challenge.
You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. I stay the same. You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I decided to stop my career as an architect 6 years ago, and I went into cooking. I went and worked in restaurants, washing dishes, basically learning with really good chefs about food. And I basically taught myself how to cook. I've always loved cooking. My family loves cooking, and I just love to learn. And I'm here about every time I cook, I learn. So that's what I love about my community on Instagram, because they know I'm learning. So I'm not saying I'm the best doing this and I'm the best doing that. I'm just there for learning. And sometimes when I have some mistakes, they will pop up in the images, of course. And I think that's all right, because it's part of the learning as well. So basically I started with Fire Stove just to document what I was cooking on fire. I just had my family and friends as followers, and I wanted them to give me feedback on what they like, what they don't like. Started getting a lot of traction, and now it's a big community of like-minded people that love food, and they love food cooked with fire. And I love being part of it, because it's just people that think same as I think. They just love food. They're foodies, and they love cooking, or they love food, or they just love watching food. And I'm all about them. I don't care if I get a lot of followers or if I get a lot of deals with brands. It's my main focus with my brand is basically me connecting with people, and that's what I'm all about: connecting and creating community. I just want to share with people what I cook, and it's almost like inviting all those followers to my table and saying, look, this is what I did for you guys. And I love that. I just love that. The way we're gonna cook this picanha is a little bit different. We're gonna do some steaks. So we're gonna cook them very slow first, and then we're gonna sear them really fast. So what I'm gonna do is cut them with the grain. So if you guys can see in here, there's a grain coming this way. So first I'm gonna cut this way the steaks, and then when we're gonna eat them, I'm gonna cut them against the grain. That will guarantee that the steak will melt in our mouths. So I'm gonna start with this. So the steaks you see in Brazilian restaurants is basically, they do this. They just bend the picanha or the rump cap this side, and then they skewer it this way. And so, because they're cutting it this way, they're cutting against the grain at the end. Similar to what we're gonna do when we are gonna eat this picanha. When they roast coffee, they're caramelizing coffee. They're not. It's just that. Chocolate is cacao that it's being caramelized. Meat, that's why barbecue is so good, and people like barbecue, because what you're eating is caramelized meat. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're going now to the barbecue. So what I'm gonna do now is basically put the bigger chunks of meat closer to the heat source, which is here, and the smaller ones, obviously, a little bit further away from the heat source. This one is a little bit bigger. And this one. So for me, success is, yeah, it's a roller coaster. Success is not a straight line. It's just ups and downs, and I think you have to fall, but then you have to get up. And for me, my main goal is living a happy life and being connected with people, being around my family, being around my friends. And I believe that especially cooking with fire helps getting people together. So usually when there's fire, people get drawn to the fire. So I like that fact that fire brings people together. It creates extraordinary memories as well, and also creates amazing food. So for me, it's just connection and being around people. For me, that'll be the meaning of success for me.